recorded the one earlier this morning while I was on my 2-hour drive to my first stop. I just had this thought come across me as I was watching another Cliff Beats reaction to NF, and it was more one of NF's emotional, touchier songs, like one of some like super old ones in his older catalog. Anywho, it just kind of made me think, start reflecting as I'm driving here. It's the humble beginnings and the just where I've come from, where I've been. It stems back to it's further back than this, but it stems back to when I found out that I had a son. I knew the mother of my son was pregnant. I was pretty confident that it was mine. But, without going into detail, some things, were out of my control to where I found out 3 months after he was born. I had a feeling. I even supposedly, I sent a message to see how she was. And she got that text message while she was in labor. Just kind of reflecting, but anywho, back on track. It was 3 months after he was born when I found out that there was a possibility that I had a kid, a son. And I wasn't afraid at all. And as I'm going here, this was going to be about something completely different, but I'm just going off the rip here. I wasn't afraid. I wasn't unsure. I wasn't debating. It was, if there is even a chance that this life, that this miracle is possibly mine, then I want to know. I want to know for sure. There was a lot that happened to me. I could write a book. And don't get it twisted, don't get me wrong. I have the utmost care and will always have love for the mother of my son. She brought him into this world. And there's obviously a reason that we have a child together. It wasn't just some random one-night stand situation. That's about all I'll say in that regard. But we have our ups and downs, we have our fights, and if she comes across this, if she sees this, I know she's watched my content here and there, but if she listens to this, she sometimes hears when I say things about our past or our situation, and she takes the wrong. I'm putting our business out there, but what I want you to know is that no matter what, the ups and downs, the disagreements, the days where one of us is having a really bad day or there's a lot going on in life and we end up lashing out at one another just because there's a lot going on and we don't know how to deal with it, and we don't even think about what we're saying in that moment, or we don't even realize that what we're saying is coming off the absolute wrong way. I know we've both done it. It doesn't matter any of that stuff. It just, what's important is that people in general, but I want the mother of my son to do well. I want her to be successful. I want her to be happy, healthy. I want her to be around to be in my son's life. And I'm thankful that myself, or that my son has, not just me as a father figure, but he has a second father figure in his life, her husband. So, back on track here. When I found out, the fear, the struggle was I needed to get some sort of a DNA test. So I ordered one online, got that done, found out 4 weeks later, 99.999% he's yours. And at that point, I had to go through hell. I waited. I felt as if I was being put off, but I know that she was going through a lot too. But I waited quite a few months before I decided to go go get an attorney because I tried to make the filing myself because the mother of my son was busy. She had a lot going on coming back up from Florida, helping her with that, her getting into working, taking care of 3 kids on her own for a time period. It was a lot. She had a lot going on, and obviously Job Family Services, they're only open, during, banker's hours anyway, and that's what she was working. So I understand when I'm going through a lot, you can feel paralyzed, you can be stuck, you don't know what to do. And again, there's a point to all this that I'm getting to, but as I go through, I'm adding in information, detail, just kind of how my mind works. So I made the filing, and then I got a call back a week or so later, a week and a half later, 2 weeks later, from Job Family Services saying, hey, unfortunately, we can't help you. It's been so long since the birth and birth certificate. You're going to have to get an attorney and go through the courts to get your rights. So I went to an attorney. I don't even remember how much time between that call and me getting an attorney, but then the stress and the worry was my credit is delinquent, shut down from hardships in my life that I was going through, and I don't have a savings. I live paycheck to paycheck. I still do to this day. The last time that I was in a great place financially was when I worked at Whirlpool, when I was still living at home after me and my ex split up. Well, I guess the time I messed up there, I left Whirlpool when I was with my ex, but anyway, I was at Whirlpool full time before I moved out with her, and that's the best I ever was. I got my motorcycle, my credit was great, and ever since then it's been a mess because I went from making 20-some an hour. I took a pay cut for my happiness and not to feel like a zombie in a factory, and because of my back, I decided that I was gonna look into other avenues, and I cut my income in half. It was tough, and dang it, I was supposed to turn around. I even had to call the bank that my car loan is through and basically beg them and say, hey, I just took a major pay cut. I don't know what to do, but I need this vehicle. And again, this is all years before my son was ever even thought of. They cut my loan payment down from like $235 down to $178 or $175 is what I pay right now a month. So that was helpful. But anywho, it's tough when you're struggling. So after me and my ex split up, I worked my butt off, got into the insurance job that I was working in, and I grinded through that for a couple years to get to a financial place where I could get stuff handled. I got my motorcycle paid off, but then I found out about my son, and at that point I'm living paycheck to paycheck here and trying to dig myself out and build my credit back up. I have no savings. I have no ability to use a credit card or anything like that to get an attorney. And my sister and kind of COVID money helped out so that I could put down a down payment. Put down I can't think what the term is. So I could put down the money, I think it was like $2,500 or something like that I had to put down for my attorney and go through that process. And it was just nerve-wracking and stressful because anything that I had just saved up, I had to go hand over to an attorney because of the way that the legal system is. And but in no point during that, and I'm almost to where I want to be in this story, and no point during that did I ever have this thought of in question, like, what do I try this, or do I just walk away and forget it? Do I act as if I didn't know? Do I let my chance of being a father here, what I consider my responsibility, my duty, to be present, do I give that up because my life's not together? And it never crossed my mind. I wanted to be a father. I wanted to be in my son's life. Didn't care what the situation was. If I have a child out there, I want to be a part of that child's life. I want to help shape and mold and watch the growth, no matter what. And I just kept that way. I kept